Hey, beautiful people. How are you doing today? I don't know if you saw Miriam's notice in publications. She's going to stop streaming on Sundays, which is very sad because I normally have breakfast with her in the background, but we will miss her. And of course, we will hope that she finds another schedule very soon to let us know. Okay, so I'm not sure if this is clear enough on my channel. Don't have my phones here. I just got this set up as temporal because I am testing this Restream site. Never used this one. I tried during the week. I don't know if it was a Thursday. Yeah, it was Thursday or Wednesday, and it was just with music. So this time I'm live. I have music. I have not all. So as this is a test, I'm planning not to be on for long. One, because I need to go. I'm still not very cold, so I'm going to head out in probably 1 hour, 1 hour and a half. So I need to go and have breakfast. That's reason number 2. Otherwise, to survive. But I just want to show you the coloring book that I mentioned yesterday. That was a dragon coloring book. I'm working. Didn't do much on this portrait, so this one is still in progress, but you can get to see how working with both the Prismacolor White color and the Prismacolor Premier was particularly good. And here I have got also my black Prismacolor Premier to go around and lighting some of the kind of glowing effect that I have here. So it doesn't kind of irradiate much, but there you go. If you're watching this test later on, or if you're live in the background, let me know if this works. I'm using one of my internet providers, supposedly the one with more megabytes or gigabytes, whatever that's called. I cannot think today too much on tech vocabulary. Then let me know how it goes. Okay, still I haven't done anything here, but I'm thinking about some blues as I mentioned yesterday. So this one, I'm going to advance a little bit. Now, what about the kitty cat in Catitude? I lost my page. Forgot to put my marker. Oh no, here it is, just hid. So this is how the kitty cat is doing. I hope you can get to see this clearly enough, how we are building the fur in different directions. And we're going to get to have the boxes in different colors. It's kind of a very kind of party background for this little kitty. And I've just started adding a little bit of Prismacolor on this particular side of the face. So as soon as I finish the majority of my evaluation today, and when I come back from my errands, I will continue working with these off camera and recording more shots to show you over the week, the last week of January, by the way. So this paper is thick enough for acrylics, Inktense, probably a little bit of dry watercolor. Who knows? We can test this one. And this is the Dragon Art color workbook. That this book should be around maybe 7 or 8 years that I bought it, and I mainly use it more for study, suggestions of coloring techniques. Let me move temporarily my box here so you can get to see a little bit of the book better. It's spiral bound, so that's good. And this author is giving us some indications here. Most of it's digital coloring, but you have got practice pages. So those are the ones I'm going to start coloring, I guess. The paper is not thin, but it's thick enough for color pencils. So I think it's going to be a good experiment for later this year. All the pages are numbered, different types of horns, more tutorials to use, and then you have types of dragons. I think it's good enough. It probably transfers some of these images onto thicker cardstock or cardboard or texture paper because it's very soft, and keep this one as a reference book. That's why I have not really colored on this one. I want to do it, but I feel that this book is more as a reference book, and we can go through the images, transfer them, scan them, and then print them. So this is a dragon book with lots of different little things to do. Okay, and it has got also suggested titles, the author. When I initially booked, I thought it was this was a man because of her, but no, there you go. So hopefully Restream will not have a lot of internet problems like yesterday with StreamYard. I'm going to put this back up so it's closer for you to check on camera. My camera cable is pulling on my camera stand. Okay, so this is going to go on top of my keyboard, but no big deal. So let's carry on with this section. I have already done a little bit with the Scholar white that has a harder lead. And then I also showed yesterday that it was possible to go over much better scene with the Premiere and a little bit of glowing effect. Don't think too much about the little details. This is just random glowing reflections that we are doing here. There is an ebook that I read some time ago, and it was a free book on the iPad library, and I remember the title. I'll give it in a second. The name is The Little Dragons, and a very interesting novel by another talented female, because I know she's a female author. And I thought when I was reading that book that it could do a fantastic animation movie, or even just real life movie with real actors and special effects. People are normally fascinated by dragons of different kinds, and we get to see them in TV series, movies, as very, very fiery and interesting characters. So let me just stand up and show you the cover of the book. I don't know if it's still available on different platforms. Mixing both colors, both the Premiere and the Scholar. And something that I want to show you is that if you make a mistake or this stands too much, you can use your black Prismacolor and adjust the glowing that you want, and even add a little bit of dark texture. This is already having texture because it's matte acrylic with a brush. So let me just grab very quickly my library, my digital library, open this and go into books. I'm going to show you these. Oops, it's closing. Going into my library, and let me see if I can find the book that I mentioned. This is a book, The Little Dragons by Rowan Starsmith. Very good. I have it in my cloud. So this one is recommended. Very interesting story. Very, very interesting. And I would have loved to see that story in animation, or just as a normal series or something. There's material there instead of doing kind of telling the same stories. Producers, people should go on in finding interesting books, material, new authors, and give the people something new. We deserve something new. And one of my objectives is to reread that story during this year and kind of get inspired to take the topic of dragon drawing again. Okay, so far I have not suffered from blackouts from my screen, which is good. I'm also keeping the resolution of my camera particularly low, so I don't suffer from these connectivity issues that I normally have. But here we are trying to advance a little bit on these dragons. Okay. Hi, Lucy. How are you? Nice to see you. I hope you're doing fine. Sometimes when you stream, I'm working, so I'm lives. But sometimes I go and watch the replays for sure. Sorry if I go silent, guys. Normally when I color, I have nobody to talk to. So I would like to do some body coloring with two people, like coloring at the same time. So we agreed and we say, okay, we have time on this day and let's open the page. Do we have the same book? Have you colored this page? No. So let's go ahead and do it. And I would like to do that. That'll be fun. And if that happens, it has to be certainly during the weekends. During the week, I'm kind of tied with my working schedule and my lesson planning that I still have to do. Well, I still have tomorrow to do it, but I have a lot of video tasks to evaluate today. So that's my priority, to get those grades done. Do a little bit of planning at least for Tuesday and Wednesday classes for 3 groups. And let's see. And of course, finish some of the things that I have here. I definitely like more this dragon than this one. So I'm probably going to go and add something here. But it's okay. They don't have to look the same. That's another thing. Each dragon can glow differently, right? And this is a different Premiere. Got a box, so I took this one out of a box. I put away all my coloring material yesterday after my stream because I had my cleaning lady coming, and if she sees all here on top of my different desks and tables, she doesn't clean because she's afraid of throwing something onto the floor or breaking something. So I put everything away except for one color set that I have here, that is the Starjoy. And that's how she can clean thoroughly. That's what we want. Okay, there you go. So this side of her dry is almost done. There you go. I have the tail and this other kind to do. So I'm going to pull this up all the way to here. I was looking for my pencil sharpener here. I have to keep the same style on this dragon. So this aura that is kind of coming out has to have the same effect so it looks coherent. just given breakfast to my cats and they are just asking for more food. Unbelievable. And one of them is here, like saying, "Oh, what are you doing again with that material? Talking to no one and not to me?" Cats are fun. I'm also a dog person, but right now I don't have time to take care of a dog, so that's why I don't have one. But maybe in the future, maybe. They require a little bit more maintenance than cats on a regular basis. Not that cats cannot be clingy or need you. Especially when they grow old, they need you more. And one of my kitty cats is 15 years old, so she needs me a little bit more right now. The other one that I have is 5, so he couldn't care less about me unless he's hungry. Or if I'm doing something that interests him, then he'll be all the way in the middle. Or he will be eating my material. That's another good reason for not keeping all my art material outside, because he has beaten a lot of my colors and brushes. So not a good idea. So let me pull these dragons up so you can get to see them. Let me just put the colors a little bit away from here. So there you go. I'm going to try, see if I don't mess this around that much and find my blue bundle. Okay, so I have my blues here. And I have here another blue that I'm using for one of my kitty cats that I'm coloring. So I like this brand, the Starjoy Originals, but the gold are not that bad. I don't have point of comparison, of course, but they're good for what I need. And once you know certain coloring techniques, tips and tricks, then you can get to use the material that you have without complaining too much. This book is particularly good for these colors. And to finish up the special effects or the intensity of the colors, well, you can use the buttery Prismacolor or similar if you want to invest on a set. You can try the 48 set of Prismacolors. It's got enough colors to play and combine in layers. I want this jewel to be rough, so that's why I'm doing kind of a scribbling and not circles. So I just want these areas to be particularly rough in look. So I'm pressing hard on certain parts and in some others not that much. I'm not looking at any stone reference pic here. Everything is like from my own imagination. Not good if you're starting. If you're a beginner, I suggest that you do some reference photos. Hi, April. Welcome, coming in. We're testing Restream. So I'm going to have breakfast soon. I have to go and wake up my dad and have him have breakfast with me. And as today is a very sunny day, not cold yet, but we're expecting a drop in temperatures following a cold storm that is coming and is affecting already the northern part of my country. I mean, in the central part, going to be the middle. So I'm expecting to be colder tonight with a lot of chilly winds and rain probably. So I'm also using the sun as my main dryer for my clothes. And it's not, I don't like really cold and rainy weather. We don't get icy roads. The houses do not have central heating or they're not insulated enough. So under 39 Fahrenheit or less. Not common. It's not really that common to have those temperatures here. The winter is very, very, it's to the 70s probably, 70s, 80s during midday. So we just dress in layers, and as the heat builds, we just drop the jackets, the boots, or sweaters or jackets. So we really don't suffer that much in winter, but when these very cold events from the north come, that's when we suffer a little bit. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry to hear that it's cold. Let me see. Let me try this feature. Let me see if it works. Oh, yes, it works. I can show comments here. But of course, my screen is going to go a little bit smaller, so I'll have to make sure I'm working here where you can get to see these. So today is also cleaning day for me. And look at this. I think I like how this is looking. Let me go and grab powder blue and do a little bit of blending here. Going to channel for learning auto coloring techniques. That's so her last name Vic is like Vic Vapor, so it's Vick, and she's streaming live every day, 365 days, no breaks, at 7 p.m. Central Time. Her channel is Teaching Adult Coloring by or with Eileen Speak. Recommended. Follow her. She's very, very good at tips and she's very, very warm. Okay. Okay, April. Good to know. Good to know. I'm really, really worried about the people who I know in the USA and Canada who are kind of facing this extreme weather. But there you go. Hi, View. I'm going to pull back into the screen the book that I mentioned yesterday when you were here, the dragon book. But the flip through is kind of earlier in the stream. But we are doing the necklace. I think this book is very, very good to go crazy and experiment with your colors and the materials that you have. It's not realistic. It's just good enough to go crazy and work. Hi, Mama Juju. Happy to see you here. I have to tell you, Juju, that I've been prescribed because of a little bit of job stress, some sleeping pills. So I have to take them, and normally when you go on, just sleeping. So I'm so sorry. But I'm watching some of your replays. They're good sleeping pills. They're so good that my cat had to wake me up today because it was already past his breakfast time. And he was nice. He was very nice at the beginning. He was like, "Hey, human, are you awake?" And as I didn't respond, the next time was Paul. He was by me. So anyway, okay. So this is the book. Very, very good book by a author that I showed her photo before. So there you go. There she is. And what I like about this book is that you have got a combination of dragons. I don't like the paper that much, but it's thick enough for color pencil. I wouldn't use markers here. But what I like is the tutorials that come within the coloring pages, one-sided in some cases, not when you're looking at the tutorials. And mostly the first part is theory. So everything here is a theory, dragons, a lot of theory, beautiful colors. Okay, and of course, the contents. Like 10 years ago, I got this one. I'm not sure if it's available. I got it from Amazon, I think. Okay. So, I'm kind of reading that you have problems with snow and ice. So, I hope it doesn't get too bad tonight. Okay. So here we are. Oh yeah, when it's a spiral bound is quite good. I really don't like breaking the spine of books. I hate it. I kind of love books that much. Okay. And today, I normally hang out with some comic book artists and animators. I was kindly invited by Mr. Paul Pate. He's not a very, very familiar name in our coloring community. I met him through Christopher Runciman, and he initially was very, very active in Didi's Willingham community. That's where I met him. And then we got along, I can say, quite nicely because we have kind of similar ideas. He's in London, Ontario, in Canada. And he streams every day at 12 Eastern time, I think, for me it's 11, so I have to be very careful. And he is really, really awesome in using any material that you have. And he's fun. He's kind of goofy in his streams, not very serious. I have streamed with him in previous years, mostly in 2024 when I didn't have this crazy. But I'll probably try to convince him to be streaming at a different time so I can join him, I hope. Because we make the festival of the Chris's. You know, he's Christopher, I'm Christina, so we both go along the name Chris, short name. So, and we do have a lot of fun. I certainly feel better when I stream with somebody else. But when I do that, I have to move all my studio downstairs, close to the modem, so I don't get cut off. But it's quite fun. Okay, there you go. All right. I'm going to take your comment view because color theory is so important. And unfortunately, sites like TikTok have affected the coloring world in a certain way because they show all these perfect pages using color markers. Color markers are very tricky for beginners, and what they are showing in their TikToks, it's just perfect pages, especially if they have these books. I bought one just to confirm a theory. And let me close this one. These books are the worst for markers. The paper that they have is going just to literally, it's going to sound very awful, but it's going to suck your colors and it's going to transfer. And you can color these with color pencils and it looks cute. You don't have to spend it. Awful markers and water-based markers, and you get to see nothing in here. Okay, so people who follow the color talk and they get these Ohuhu markers, or even worse, the Copic markers, which are like the Formula One markers for graphic designers and animators. They're just throwing away their money. There's a special paper for color markers, and if you don't have that paper, then don't get those markers. Okay, there you go. Yes, view. It's particularly fun. Let me see if screen his channel, because in StreamYard I can put comments when I'm on my computer. But when as I'm testing this Restream, which is us really working very well here where I am, I'm going to show you on the screen his channel. Okay. You can help him with, oops. There you go. That's him, the Runcy man. There you go. Oops. There you can see my camera and my cardboard rolls. There you go. Okay, so recommended channel. Follow him. Okay. Yes, they run out fast. The markers run out fast. I bought some Chinese alcohol markers and they work exactly the same. And if you're using them for coloring books, the Chinese markers work and they are less. In my case, they are less than $1 right now. And I can go to the Chinese stores and single pick the colors that I need. I don't have to worry too much about buying a complete set. You can buy the sets, of course, but they have a big stand where you can singly pick the colors that you're running. And I also discovered that if you have, and I don't have here my material because I don't have my markers here, but get, no, I don't have it here. And I don't have any of my markers here. But next time, I'll show you how to kind of make the color of your markers alive with a syringe and a little bit of alcohol. The color is going to fade a little bit, it's going to be lighter, but your marker can live for a little bit longer. Okay, there you go. This is how the cat is looking. I'm done with the basic furry texture. There you go. All right. Yeah, that's exactly the comment view. If you have a cheap book, coloring book, use cheap material. There you go. Okay. Oh, you want to see this one? Okay. So let me take off my quick stand here. I have some color pens there. Move this around so you can get to see the book. Okay, let's put this one here. All right, so this book, I got it last week when it finally got a lower price because it was very expensive to have it in Mexico. See, Erica. Oops, there you go. And Didi was the first person I saw with this book and with other books by the same author. But okay, anyway, no big deal. My dad is still sleeping, so as soon as he wakes up, I'll have to cut the stream, but there you go. The manga figures are cute. They're really, really cute. I have a friend who is probably traveling to Japan again this year. So I'm going to try to convince him, because he cannot really come back with a lot of stuff, to get me something from Japan that is manga or anime kind of thing. Hi, Don. Come on in. Welcome. Oh, this girl is just great. She reminds me of this movie from the 80s, Annie. I think I have that movie on DVD, by the way. And now that DVDs and CDs and even cassettes are coming back, I can rewatch them. Well, I have vinyls. I still have my vinyls from the 80s, the long plays as we used to call them. These cats are very interesting. I would like to try Inktense on these cats because they are very realistic. This is the only cat that I have seen here that is very realistic. Grumpy. Cat with a sweater. I tried dressing my cats for this winter. They hated it. And they hated me for a complete afternoon. Okay, there you go. Sailor cat. This is the cucumber prank on cats. You could go back some years and you could get to see cats getting scared. And I tried this one. They didn't care. They didn't care about the cucumber. Because what's that? No, I'm busy eating. Go and mind your business, human. That's what they told me. I think these are kind of a snow leopard cups because of the fluffiness they have got. And then you have the wizard cat. I have seen another cat book that I might get as a birthday present. My birthday is in April, so I might get that one. That is the spooky. Like in the other side. My backyard is over there. They were still being built. So my cat, my female cat, gave me in less than 1 month 3 mice as a present. No, 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 no. One of them, she just came running upstairs and she jumped onto my bed and she dropped the mouse, and the mouse was still alive. But he was playing dead. You cannot imagine how loud I shouted. And I grabbed a Kleenex or something and I had to touch the mouse. And I ran downstairs with the mouse. My mom was freaking out because I was shouting. And I opened the front door and I dropped the mouse on the street because I was not going to kill the mouse. I mean, I don't like them, but I don't kill them. Now I'm like, I laugh, but I was really going to have a heart attack. Yes, I have 2 kitties. I have one of 5, one of 15 years old. They are cat assistants, watering or evaluating tasks or doing whatever. Here at my desk, they are nearby or on my lap. But anyway, this lion is great. It's really great. More cats in boxes. What I don't like about these double pages is these. But if you break the spine and you take these books to bind, like spiral bound, you're going to lose part of the image anyway. So it's not worth it to destroy the book. Toast cat. Most of the cats that she has got here are, I believe, Persians. She's hiding behind the cat. I would do that. Fire kitten, because this is fire. This is going to look fantastic in Inktense and Prismacolor, definitely. This book is perfect for Inktense, stick enough. I'm going to show you another book that I love for very realistic grayscale images. I wish the editorial Jade Summer would have stick producing those books. But the trend of the cozy and comfy that we have seen before. I love this. I created a character, and this character has got is coming. I have the page on Facebook. It has not been active for this panel of comic artists and animators that I join every Sunday, and we FaceTime and we show our projects. They are trying to convince me to and comic again. So these are tiger cubs. But this tiger, more than a tiger, looks like a cat. This one is perfect for Valentine. That Valentine is less than 3 weeks. Okay. One of my cats lives like this. He doesn't care about the world. And then the strawberry cats. This is another beautiful page. But again, a double spread that cuts in the middle. Okay. I used to have a cat who sat like this. A cherry cat. Then this one, a monster with the 3 heads. It used to be a dog, but now it's a cat. So there you go. This probably can be a book that you can get on discount. And this is the cover, of course. And the final page that has got another cute manga girl with ears. Okay, so let me show you before I close this stream the book that I mentioned about Jade Summer. When I saw this book, I bought it, but my budget was very, very low. Okay. But look at this one. Oh, you color the portrait. Now, look at this. This was editorial that I mentioned. But 2016, 10 years. Lovely. Particularly lovely when they had this. And these are real grayscale images. And the paper is having a nice single-sided images, and they are just, in some cases, close-ups of these animals. I've colored this dog, but I didn't finish this one. I need to add the Prismacolors and the inks so the eyes look better, and the nose, of course. So I'm going to mark this one to finish. But these are the type of grayscale books that are very realistic and that people could really use to practice their shadows, their lights. So this is before artificial intelligence. So these seem to be images or photos, because artificial intelligence started being like a thing in 2022 when it really kind of appears to be. I'm not sure because some of them look also very artificial, so I'm not sure, but they're still very realistic enough. Cows and fluffy animals, dolphins. You're going to love this book. Oh, look at this cat. hedgehogs. If artist, photograph, or photographer, what I meant. Nice. If it was drawn, I'm not sure. So yeah, I think you're right, View. I think they have been photoshopped in a certain way. Oh, this is a leopard. Here in Mexico, we have jaguars, and the spots are a little bit bigger, like nebula kind of shaped. This lion is particularly gorgeous, but you can get to see horses, beautiful horses. I like iguanas. I wanted to have a pet iguana, but a friend of mine got one, and they are very aggressive if they don't have um, good habitat in your house to keep them. Oh, I forgot how to say this one in English, but in Spanish they're called suricatas. I liked the character in the Lion King. Herons. We used to have one of these visiting us every December in the lakes that we have nearby. They're artificial lakes, but we have seen dogs, we have seen swans. Okay. Another mouse. But okay, the field mice are fine, but rats are. Oh, look at this one. The bald eagle. This one looks like a prairie dog or a wild dog. I'm not sure it's a hyena. Doesn't look that mean. Goats. Those are mean. My grandfather used to have cows and goats, and I didn't like them. Oh, this gray dog. Yes, they do, and the iguanas are very aggressive. There used to be a family of these dogs that are green and they have these very special colors, but I haven't seen them this winter. So I don't know if they went to another lake. Another fox. So you can see that I haven't done much on this book. And I cannot turn the pages. Give me a second. Okay. This kind of looks like royal eagle, the Mex flag. Impressive. We have eagles and falcons in the area, and you get to see them soar and then are playing, like planning around. I don't know. And some people have them, and they say they are like cats with wings. I'm not sure. I wouldn't like to have one. I think they are still prey birds and particularly dangerous with the claws. Another lizard. We have a lot of lizards like these. Not that big. They're very small. They're like this big. But they are black with yellow spots, and they are so beautiful. Another leopard. I like cats in different size and shapes. I don't like monkeys that much. Birds are difficult to draw and color. Panda bears. This photo is not very good quality. I have seen better panda. We have a lot of these. These little things are all around. I have not seen any of these in my gardens or in the lakes, but a lot of my neighbors say that they are a lot. Have another donkey here, another hedgehog, zebras, and that's it. So I just wish, really, another editorial could just go and have something like this, real photos, even if they are digitally enhanced by using Photoshop. I mean, just having them around, because with the age of artificial intelligence, yeah, we do have very, very beautiful images, but you can tell when they are artificially generated. So next Saturday, I'm going to start this cat. So if you have your photocopy or you want to print your photocopy, you can go to my January 1st stream, get the link to the Google Drive, and you'll be able to get this photocopy. This lady is also there. So these are two pending images. And this week I'm going to try and finish the dragon lady. Okay. And let me see. I'm going to finish also the cat. Okay. All right. So, let me see. So, Dawn, so is there another book on the, if I can find another one and still available to be sent to Mexico, I will definitely buy it. Definitely. Sometimes, USA, um, when you click on trying to buy the book, they tell you we don't send to Mexico. So I'm like, oh, that's terrible. But anyway, I have an account on Amazon US, but unfortunately my cousin moved to Madrid. So when he was in Houston, I used my Amazon US and I used his address. And then when he came to Mexico, that is twice a year, he the USA to Mexico are very post mail. It needs to be certified mail, and that's also expensive because that's the only way I can track. Otherwise, the employees at the post office, they steal the packages, especially if they come from abroad, from other countries. So that's really, really bad. Okay, guys, so I'm going to end the stream here and I'm going to try and see and look for this one done. Thank you for telling me. And I hope I can see you next Saturday. Next Saturday at around 7 a.m. Central Time, 8 a.m. Eastern Time. I'll try to stream. And I'm also going to try and take a Sundays also for streaming, more or less at the same time, 7 Central Time or 8 Eastern. Let's see. Okay, so thank you very much for coming and thank you very much for watching. Please recommend the stream, share, subscribe. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. And I'll see you around during the week. If you're streaming, I'll try to be in there. So thank you and take care. Bye.